With A Quiet Place Day 1 quickly approaching, I thought I would give a synopsis to A Quiet Place Part 2. This was an extension of the first one. So enjoy! Day 1. Lee Abbott, portrayed by John Krasinski, arrives in a town and heads to a store to purchase oranges. Inside, amidst the oranges, are rocket space toys catching his eye. The shopkeeper is engrossed in a news report detailing an extraordinary bomb explosion in China. Lee then proceeds to a nearby park where his wife, Evelyn, played by Emily Blunt, is gently pushing their youngest son, Beau, on a swing. The Abbott family is gathered to watch a baseball game featuring their eldest son, Marcus. Lee settles next to Reagan, his eldest child and only daughter, who is deaf, and exchanges greetings with his friend Emmett, played by Cillian Murphy, seated behind them with his youngest son. Emmett's older son hits the ball, achieving a home run, while the crowd and Emmett cheer, "Dive," as the fielders close in. Later, Emmett queries Reagan about the sign language for dive, and she demonstrates. Beau and Evelyn wish Marcus luck as he steps up to bat. Marcus's focus is interrupted by a large meteor in the sky after missing the first 2 balls. The game halts abruptly, and everyone starts dispersing towards their homes or cars. However, the tranquil scene shatters as the aliens launch their attack, throwing the street into chaos and causing multiple casualties. Day 474. The scene transitions to moments after the events of A Quiet Place 1. The Abbott family flees their home barefoot. By this time, approximately day 472 to 473, Evelyn has given birth to a baby boy. Lee has sacrificed himself protecting Marcus and Reagan from an alien. Their home is engulfed in flames and flooding, and Evelyn has just dispatched several aliens with Reagan's cochlear implant feedback noise amplified by a speaker, weakening the aliens. Beau's death on day 89, due to attracting an alien by playing with a space rocket toy from the store, still haunts them. Just before leaving the farm, Evelyn instructs Marcus and Reagan to stay there while she quietly returns to the flooded cellar in search of an oxygen tank. Meanwhile, Reagan informs Marcus she's going back to the house, leaving Marcus with the baby. Reagan retrieves the amplifier and microphone, cutting a cord off the amplifier with her clipper. Reagan and Evelyn return individually, and the family follows Lee's marked path until they reach a wire fence. As Evelyn passes through, her bag snags, emitting a small noise. She turns back, concerned, unknowingly triggering a tripwire, causing bottles to fall and clatter. Urgently whispering, "Run," Evelyn leads the family away from the pursuing alien. While fleeing, Marcus steps into a bear trap, containing his scream until he sees his injured foot, then releases a primal yell. Evelyn attempts to quiet him while Reagan uses the amp, microphone, and cochlear implant to create unbearable feedback for the alien. Evelyn dispatches the alien with a shot to the head. Taking refuge in a nearby derelict building, the family encounters a man who leads them to a soundproof vault underground. The man, revealed to be Emmett, sets a timer, opens the door after a few minutes for air, and informs them they can't stay due to limited resources. Evelyn recognizes Emmett and asks about his family. Emmett reveals his sons died on day 1, and his wife, Lola, passed away 11 weeks earlier. Reagan reassures Emmett, saying he's nothing like Lee. Reagan tends to Marcus's injured ankle, using headphones to mask his screams. Reagan discovers a recurring music signal originating from an island nearby. She convinces Marcus to help her reach the radio tower to transmit the high-frequency noise, a potential tool against the aliens. Despite Marcus's reluctance, Reagan sets out alone, leaving a note urging them to keep listening on the radio. In the morning, Evelyn discovers Reagan's absence and urges Emmett to go after her and bring her back. She persuades him by expressing her longing for Lee's presence, believing he would acknowledge Reagan as a person worth saving. Hi movie buffs, don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, share, and bell button. It's free and it really helps. You'll be notified of each new recap. Meanwhile, Reagan finds herself at a train station with a derailed train and boards the only remaining carriage on the track. Among the grim scene of dead bodies and skeletons, she searches for a first aid kit in the driver's booth but struggles to open the door. Eventually obtaining it, she startles when the dead driver's skeleton falls on her, prompting a scream. An alien arrives shortly after, trapping Reagan as she struggles to hold the hearing aid to the microphone with one hand while operating the shotgun with the other. Fortunately, Emmett arrives and dispatches the creature. Seeking refuge in a nearby station office to avoid attracting more aliens, Emmett reveals his intention to take Reagan home. However, Reagan questions the concept of home and outlines her plan to Emmett, emphasizing the difference between his past loss and the present opportunity for action. Emmett agrees to assist her mission. Back at Emmett's base, Evelyn must leave Marcus and the baby to obtain necessary supplies, including medicine for Marcus's foot and additional oxygen tanks for the baby. Marcus, fearful, hesitates, but Evelyn emphasizes the importance of his health and the family's survival. Tearfully, Marcus allows her to depart. As Evelyn retraces the family's path to the store where Lee bought oranges on day one, she passes the bridge where Bo died and encounters a makeshift shrine. Overwhelmed, she touches the photographs, sheds tears, and places her wedding ring atop the cross. Meanwhile, Marcus, after ensuring the baby's sleep, explores the compound. He discovers the baby's oxygen tank dangerously low and, venturing upstairs, encounters a room adorned with drawings of Emmett's sons. Behind a curtain, he encounters a partially composed dead body, likely Lola, startling him and inadvertently alerting an alien to his presence. In a frantic retreat to the basement, Marcus secures the baby in the vault but inadvertently locks himself out. By nightfall, Reagan and Emmett arrive at some docks in search of a boat to reach the nearby island. Encountering a girl at the pontoon's end, Emmett falls into a trap, and Reagan is accosted by feral individuals. Emmett's resourcefulness leads to their escape amidst chaos and alien attacks, eventually reaching safety on a boat headed toward the island. Meanwhile, Evelyn faces an alien threat upon her return to the compound, attempting unsuccessfully to dispatch it with an oxygen tank explosion. Seeking refuge in the basement with Marcus and the infant, she contends with the persistent alien outside the door. Reagan and Emmett arrive at the island, finding a colony of survivors living in relative peace. Despite initial tranquility, an alien breaches the island, leading to a showdown where Reagan's innovative use of her hearing aid weakens and eventually kills the creature. Marcus, intercepting the signal through the radio, contributes to the victory, harnessing the noise to eliminate the threat and enabling others to defend themselves against the aliens. Now let's see what happens with Day 1. Thanks for watching. If there's anything you would like to see, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe.